Hannah, coming to you from the Beehive. Today I'm going to show you how to make an ornament out of several scored circles using either the 1.5-inch circle punch or the 2-inch circle punch and a scoring board. Here are some of the ornaments that you can make with it. And so you can start off really small. This one is about 1.5 inches across. And then as you add more circles together, you can make a larger and larger ornament until you get to this size. And this one's about 3 inches across. And then with a 2-inch circle punch, you also can make the smaller sort of ornament and gradually get larger and larger until you get to this one, which is about 4 inches across. So today I'm going to show you how to make all 4 of these ornaments. To start off with, you're going to need a circle punch, and this one is 2 inches wide. And you're just going to go ahead and punch several circles out of a piece of cardstock. And for each ornament, you need a certain number of circles. And I'm just going to show you how to score this one. So this one is 2 inches, and we're going to put our score marker at the 1.5-inch mark. And you're just going to put your circle so it's right against the sideboard and the top board here. And for scoring these ones, I prefer to score on the small ball side. I find it easier than the large one if you're going to be doing a lot of scoring with cardstock. And I'm going to score down along the 1.5-inch mark. And then I'm going to rotate my score line so that it lines up into this 1.5-inch score groove. Okay, so that the very end is kind of going right into that score groove, or kind of just right next to it. And then I'm going to score down again. And then I'm going to rotate it once more, and I'm going to just line it up so that my top score line and my bottom score line are on the same score groove, and then I'm just gonna score it down. So basically what this creates is a triangle in the middle of your circle, and then all you're going to do is you're going to fold down your circle on all of those score lines, and that is the shape that will create all the ornaments. Now for the smallest one you'll need 4, and to make the largest one you'll need 20 of these. I'm going to show you how to make all the ornaments using the smaller punch, but you do it in the exact same way as you would for the larger punch. For the smaller ornaments, you're going to need the 1.5-inch circle punch. And you're going to go ahead and punch yourself several circles. And I'm going to move my score marker to the 1 1/8 inch mark. And we're going to score it the same way as I did the larger circle. Using the small ball of my stylus tool, 1 1/8 inch mark, I'm going to score down. Then I'm going to rotate the circle so that the end of the score line hits that score groove, or kind of next to it. I'm going to score it again. Turn it one more time, line it up so that it hits that score groove again, and then I'm going to score it down. So I've got a circle with a little triangle scored inside, and then I'm just going to fold down. And then I've already prepped a whole bunch of these, so you don't have to watch me do it, but you're just going to go ahead and fold down all of your circles into little triangle pieces with these little flaps. You can put your scoring tool aside, and these are my pieces I've already prepped. So for the first ornament you're going to need 4, and I'm going to start by putting glue along one of the edges, and I recommend using Tombow because it's going to hold your ornaments together and they won't come apart. I'm going to put it on one of those little flaps that's coming up. I'm just going to glue a flap to a flap. Make sure that when you're doing this that they line up. You can look at the bottom, make sure that your flaps are kind of lining up. You have a few seconds to play with the Tombow to get it right. And then you're just going to pick the next flap. Just pick any flap, and you're going to glue the next piece onto that, like so. You want to hold these down for just a few seconds before moving on to the next one so they don't shift on you. So for this one, we're going to glue 3 of these pieces together like that. We're making a triangular shaped ornament. So our next flap, we're going to glue the pieces that we already have together like this. So then we come to this piece right here where we have all 3 flaps showing, and you're just going to put glue on all those flaps like that. And then I've got this piece, and I'm going to kind of flatten it a little bit. And I'm just going to line up the flaps again like that. And there you go. You have your first little ornament. So let me set that one aside. For your next one, you're going to need 8 of these little pieces. So we're going to glue 4 of them together, and then we're going to glue 4 of them together. So let's go ahead and glue the first one together. And then we'll put a Tombow on any one of them, any one of the flaps. I'm gluing these together, and I'm going to make, instead of making gluing 3 together in a chain, I'm gluing 4 together in a chain. And actually, since this is coming together, I can put Tombow on both of these, and then I can just bring them together at the same time. So I've kind of formed a little pyramid with 4 sides like that, glue together. And if you want to, go ahead and do the same with the next 4. So now I've got 2 identical halves, and I'm going to put glue on one side like this, like this, like this, and like this. And then I'm just going to bring these together, make sure the tabs line up. And I spend a little bit of time on each side making sure that they're lined up and that the glue is sticking together on both sides. And there you go. You've got the ornament with 8 circles. Okay, the next one, you're going to need 10 of these little pieces. This is something that you can do in front of the TV. That's what I do with these, or do it listening to some music. Sometimes it's nice just to chill out and relax and do some kind of work like this. It really actually calms and relaxes me. So we're going to start off again, just gluing them together. This time, instead of gluing 4 together in a chain, we're gluing 5 together in a chain. I'm going to fast forward this, and you just watch me. I'm going to glue 5 together and then 5 together, and then we'll come back in the end and glue everything together. Okay, so now I have 2 pieces of 5 that are glued together. So I have the 2 halves, and I'm just going to take one of the halves, and I'm going to put Tombow along each of the edges, these petals. This ornament that we're making right now is more like a flat ornament. It's not perfectly round, but I like it too because I think sometimes round ornaments, they take up more room on the tree. And this one is just kind of like an interesting shape. It's got a nice look to it. So there you go, the ornament that needs 10 circles. All right, for our last ornament, we are going to need 20 shapes. We always start with 1 and we start gluing together. And this ornament is all about 5s. If you can remember that, Every time you're going to bring something together, it's going to look like this side. You want 5 things always glued together. But instead of doing this one in 2 pieces, we're just going to keep gluing them together. No matter where you are, you're always going to remember we want to have 5 coming together, okay? So this one right now I'm gluing is the 4th one. Okay, and so now I'm going to put glue on both of these sides because we're bringing in the 5th one. Like this, and like this. I'm hoping by December to have a tree full of ornaments that I have made. So I will have other ornaments coming up in the future. So I'm helping decorate my tree this year. So again, just pick another one. We just finished this one with 5 on it. So now we're going to pick the next one and we're going to glue one of the sides together. You can also make these with designer series paper. I think they look really pretty. If you're using designer series paper though, I would recommend scoring with the large ball of your scoring tool. Otherwise you will tear that paper with the smaller ball, but these would look really pretty with designer series paper. So again, we've got 4, and now we're going to come together and put that 5th one in. So we're always bringing each of these to 5 together. Okay, and so I have this last little kind of gaping piece. So we're gonna do, this one has 4 and we're gonna close it off with number 5. And then let's glue this one over here, make sure I get the other side. And for the very last piece, we have to glue all 3 sides of the circle down. So I'm just going to push down all 3 of these like that and put Tombow on all 3 of those sides. And then you're just going to glue the first tab down, glue the second tab down, and then slide the third tab into place. Make sure they're all adhering properly. And there you go. You've got the one that is made with 20 circles. And so if you want to turn this into an ornament, I'm just going to take my paper piercing tool and I'm going to pierce a hole in one of these tabs. Be careful that you don't stab yourself. Okay, so you can get some silver cording trim or some gold cording trim, and I'm going to cut about a 10-inch length of that trim, and I like to fold it over like that and then just feed it through my hole like that, and I create this little loop, and then I put my ends through the loop like that, and then I cinch it tight. And then to make a knot at the top, the best way to do that is keep both of your ends together, and I wrap it around one of my fingers and then to make a loop, and then I put both of the ends through. So I'm kind of making an end knot. I don't like my ornament to hang down too low, at least for what my purpose is. So I kind of figure out how far I want the dangle to be, and then I just go ahead and cut off the ends like that. And so this will be like a little ornament that you can hang on the tree. You can do that with any of the ornaments. Any of these can become an ornament for your Christmas tree. I had so much fun making these. I made this one. This is a 2-tone purple blackberry bliss and elegant eggplant. I made one in Bermuda Bay. Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. I took a whole bunch of different colors of cardstock and glued it together. And yes, I will hang this on my tree. And I made more in red. Oh, silver foil paper makes a beautiful one. It's gorgeous. I made a 2-tone red one with a real red and cherry cobbler. I made smaller ones in different colors. And I just had a lot of fun making them. It was kind of cool. So there you go. Those are all the different ornaments that I made. Doesn't that look like fun? All the supplies you'll need to make these ornaments are available for purchase on my blog. If you liked these tutorials, be sure to stay tuned tomorrow when I'll show you how to make another ornament. Bye for now.